Okay. Just going over some figures here, just doing some priming them and stuff, and getting them ready for painting. This one has a Zenithal highlight put on it. Originally a dark gray and then a white put over top to give it like a lighting effect. I don't do this anymore because personally I find it kind of redundant because the opacity of the paint is, it's going to cover it up. I mean, if I was to use inks, definitely, or do like a wash over top of it with a airbrush, with a thinner paint, it would work. But I tend to brush on my paint, so yeah, it's great to pick up details and stuff if you're going with a zenithal highlight. However, you can do that with just a plain wash too. And here I've taken a figure and I've painted it with a white primer, and then I created just a regular wash made with acrylic paint and water and a flow improver, and that works very well at getting everything into the crevices and letting it stay in there. And that way you can pick up the details, especially when you get older. It's a little harder to see these things when it's just one color. And that's all I do is just do a wash and let them dry straight up like this. Let all the wash settle to the lower parts. These ones I did in a black at first. However, I used quite a bit of paint mixed with the black primer because I want to actually mainly paint these guys black with some red highlights. These are the Zombicide, I guess the marine characters. So I did do a little bit of airbrush on top just to give it a highlight because they're black and I wanted to bring out some of the highlights a bit. And because I'm basically painting these pretty much all black, it's to my advantage to go ahead and make sure that the base coat is all pretty much the color that I want to have these minis when I start anyways. So yeah, you can see I did a bit of airbrushing around it to create the highlights and to give it a little bit more, pick out the details. So all I really use it for is to, pick out the details so I can see the what I need to paint on the miniature, more so than for a coating over top to create some sort of base coat that will enhance the actual paint. They say if I was to be using inks or a diluted airbrush paint over top of it that you'll be able to see through with the transparency, yeah, a zenithal wash will definitely help you with that. However, if you are just taking a brush and painting it on, the opacity will pretty much cover and trump what you've done on your zenithal highlighting. So I really don't use this technique anymore. I mean, only on something like this where I'm actually keeping this black color as much as possible, with the highlight on it, and adding paint where I need to paint it red, and of course on the head and everything where I'm going to paint the flesh color, and the rest of it's going to be pretty much black the way it's supposed to be in the pictures. These guys here are mainly going to be white. However, because of the different color that I'm going to be using to paint these guys, it's going to be an off-white. I just use this technique with the wash just to pick out the details so that I know I can see where I want to, for instance, this little front armor flap in front of his groin. There is an outside of the skirt that's going to probably be one color, and then the inside of the skirt where the armor is, I guess, that will be a different color. So makes it a little easier for my eyes to see everything. And that is about it. That's all I needed for pick out the details. So there you go. These are some more of the sculpts from the Zombicide Invader. And I'm going to get these guys done pretty soon. Zoinks. All right. Thanks for watching. Talk to you later.